This is Zach,
And Zach.
and we're from Altalune Band. Thanks for listening to the Mosh Pit podcast.
Who Said Rock is Dead? This is the Mosh Pit Podcast with your hosts, Wes and Ashley, showcasing the best in unsigned and indie new alt rock.
Yesterday, I tore down the photos that we made because there was someone in my place. And ain't it funny how no one seems to notice? I fake a smile to seem okay. I thought that I was doing fine, but I'm not fucking fine. I can't keep on this run again. Just want to be who I was saying. Tell me how bad it was to love someone like me. Same old same, stuck holding on to one last break. Misery will never beat this place. And once constant contact, and now the photo's so black. I'm known to only make mistakes. I thought that I was doing fine, but I'm not fucking fine. I can't keep up this run again. I just want to be who I was saying. Tell me how bad it was to someone like me.
Welcome to the Mosh Pit. We're your hosts. I'm Wes.
And I am Ashley, and today we have our first interview together with you guys. We have a band that hails from Nashville, Tennessee called Altalune. Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for joining us. So, just right here at the top, go ahead and introduce you guys and just tell us a little bit about the band.
I'm Zach Crumpton. I'm the lead singer and bass player for the band. Um, it's just kind of like I guess we're kind of moving into a Midwestern emo kind of sound.
Yeah. And I'm Zach Housenamer. We got two Zachs in the band. I play drums, do a little bit of backup vocals, and then our third member, we're a three-piece that's missing, is Connor Fontaine, and
We're
hopefully
actually
he'll be able to join us.
we're looking to legally change his name to Zach too, so we can just be the three Zachs.
Honestly, I feel like that would just make you guys. Uh,
Right?
So would that be like a different spelling and you guys could be like ZQ?
Yeah, so like mine's like Zac Efron, like ZAC. He Zach is ZACH, and then Connor could be ZACK. So
Yeah. We joke like that old cartoon when we were growing up at Ed and Eddie that we'd be Zach, Zach, and
Yes!
Zachary.
Honestly, though, that would kind of slap, but
right, you
That's
have
what
to
we
change
need
the
right
band
there.
name.
I feel like that would fit you guys. So, do you guys actually hail from Nashville? Are you guys from Nashville? Like that area?
I've lived here since I was 5, but I'm originally from Indiana.
Oh wow, Midwestern guy.
Yeah,
Zach,
Something like
I'm
that.
Michigan for me. I've lived here a few years, bounced around from Texas and California and whatnot, but putting down roots here in Nashville and yeah, calling it home now.
yeah, you know what? And see, I lived in Nashville for a couple of years as well, and there is something that I did notice. The Michigan to Nashville pipeline is
Oh
such
yeah,
a true thing. You see
it's
so
strong.
many Michiganders in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's just it made me scratch my head, but I mean, in the end, I got the explanation of why from an artist that you guys may recognize, Danny from Greta Van Fleet ended up explaining it to me. He's like, it's a lot less cold down here, and that's why.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really the gist of it. You shovel snow one too many times and uh, look at your state taxes, and you realize Tennessee's or Florida are your two options.
Yeah,
It gotta be a nice shift because like here when it snows, everything shuts down.
hmm
You don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, that is kind of a nice shift. You just kind of just enjoy it here until it's gone.
Yeah, and then, however, though, I have also noticed that when it does snow in Tennessee, everybody has a tendency to go, "Hey, yo, Michigan, your weather got drunk and fell asleep on our front lawn again. Come get your friend."
Yeah. And it seems to always be reversed. My family's still in Michigan, so whenever we're getting snow, somehow it's 50 degrees up there and vice versa. So
I
go figure.
know. That's so strange. All right, so getting to the meat of it, you guys have released a single called Someone Like Me. Tell me about that single. Tell me what inspires you guys for that song.
Um, it's like kind of like a hodgepodge of the lyrics, at least lyrically, it's like a hodgepodge of like past relationships and just trying to make it open-ended for anybody that can listen, that they can kind of like self-insert themselves into the song. Or at least that's what I was attempting to do. I don't know if it was successful at it. But and then
I like to
obviously
think
like
so, Zach. I like to
thanks.
think so.
Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it, Zach.
I mean, I would second Zach's opinion. I mean, I had mentioned before we hopped on for the recording that it is giving very much Copacetic by Knuckle Puck, the top track from that album called Untitled. That is the vibe that it's giving, and it's not a bad thing. I like the single.
Thanks. Yeah. We worked really hard on it. We put a lot of time into recording it ourselves, and even went as far as to try to do our own music video. Um, it was an experience.
I'm sure that it was. So you guys did your own music video. Tell me about the writing process, like to the music video. Was it like recording in you guys' houses, like in like a closet sometimes? Because I know that happens occasionally.
Uh, yeah, we actually used all the scenes that are like outdoors, we just went to like public places. Like one of the scenes is in a Barnes and was it Barnes and Noble? Is that where we went? Or was it
Yeah,
Books a
yeah. It
Million?
was a
Yeah,
bar. It was a
Barnes and
Barnes and
Noble.
Noble.
We
Yep.
actually like we walked in and there was like a little record shop there, and then right after that, there's a metal detector. Because originally we wanted to do like books and stuff. Like I wanted like a library scene.
Hmm.
But since the metal detector was there, and I have this huge camera and a gimbal, I was like, well, I guess we'll just do vinyl. Let's just do a
Yeah.
little record scene.
Uh,
But yeah,
Yeah, we
we did.
definitely.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we definitely just kind of like jumped into public places and shot as much content as possible until folks either got annoyed or asked us to leave in some cases. Like we
The
started at a
laundromat.
laundromat, yeah, and we
yeah,
got a few good shots there, but eventually patrons, you could tell, were getting a little disturbed by it, so we excused ourselves and took what we had.
yeah, I'm sure that shooting in a laundromat, because that's the opening scene of the music video. And I would imagine like shooting in a laundromat would be the most awkward place to shoot
It
something.
is so weird.
It was
Yeah.
so weird.
It's so weird, but it's also like I don't know, like I just needed the scene, right? I just needed to have it, and that was one of the easiest locations to do it at. And the actress is the one who suggested that we do it at a laundromat. And I was like, you know what, that might be kind of cool. That might turn out kind of cool, but I didn't really think about how awkward it was going to be walking in
We were
there.
not prepared for like the logistics of shooting that video. We just like showed up um, and picked the actress up and arrived at the place and had to steel ourselves to that it was going to be okay to go walk in and start shooting this video. We did zero preparation.
I'm sure that the pump up in the parking lot was very much an intense moment. Speaking of pumping yourself up, so tell us about you guys' plans for the future. Are there any live shows in the future for you guys?
Yeah, our first show as a band will be May 4th. Um, it's gonna be like all Star Wars themed. We're actually super excited about it.
Wow, we here at the Mosh Pit, we are huge Star Wars fan. Ain't that right, Wes?
The term is actually called nerd. So
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Allow me to correct myself. We are nerds here at the Mosh Pit.
So we're all in good company.
Absolutely.
dude, that's killer. So Star Wars theme. What walk us through that. What do you got planned for that?
We last night we jumped our band practice a little early this week, and we worked on doing like an intro. So we're gonna have like the dialogue between Obi-Wan and Anakin from episode 3, where they're like doing that fight scene, the classic "I hate you" and all that. And then it just kind of like leads into our first song. It actually ended up working out perfectly, like time-wise and all that.
I love that. That's awesome. What venue are you guys playing at?
It's actually not a venue, it's a house show.
Oh,
So it'll be
word.
very fun and intimate. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to kind of break into the scene. We're playing with a couple other folks. It's called the Twisted Tea Garden, but it's a former bandmate of Zach and Connor's friends of friends and things like that. So I'd say we spent like the last. We're a relatively new band. We've been together as a group. What do you say, Zach? The last 7 or 8 months, probably 8 months, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say it's something like that. Yeah.
And
Wow.
then Zach and Connor had started before that. And we just have changed kind of our direction. When we started as a three-piece band, we went through a few different bass players and things like that. And then we just kind of started gelling as a three-piece. And so we spent a lot of the time in the past 6 months or so, 6 to 8 months, writing songs. We've got almost a full album, I'd say, and we're starting the process of recording all those songs. So this will be our first show coming up here on the 4th, but expect many more, at least in the Nashville area. Now that we've got some good content, I'd say.
Hey man, that's awesome.
That
Okay,
is.
so speak of that, let me ask you guys a question that is the potential for the future. Tell me if you guys, no, not if, when you get to go out on tour, what is your dream venue?
Oh,
I have
that's
no
that,
idea. Like,
that is a
oh,
tough one.
actually, you know what it is, Zach? It's the Super Bowl. That's
We do joke about that a lot. When we were writing Someone Like Me, and it just came,
Reaching. I
yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
We write the songs like together as a group, just like with our instruments, and so we can all contribute and kind of mold the song. And at the end of the band practice, we could tell it was like a radio kind of type hit. We have other songs that are more like fun musically to play and interesting, but this is kind of like your straightforward 4/4 radio type pop rock emo-ish hit. And we joke that Super Bowl was in the future specifically with Creed. So if somehow Creed listens to this, hit us up.
Guys, if you're listening, there you go. You have your opening act, my guys.
But wait a second, does the Super Bowl even allow rock and roll at the?
Sadly,
maybe
not
not
anymore,
anymore.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing. But hey, look, you never know with the way that the vibe tends to change around here. Who knows? It could swing back into the favor of rock and roll.
Definitely could.
MGK apparently resurrected it, so
There we
Good.
go.
Good for Colson Baker. Good for him. No, I'm just kidding. We actually love MGK. We were just talking about MGK earlier.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, guys, let's back up for a minute. So, you got one from Michigan, one from Indiana. So, how did you guys get together? How did you guys meet and become this band that you are now absolutely amazingly a part of?
um I guess it all starts like me. I've known Connor since middle school. We actually had like a hardcore band that we played in back then. Um, and throughout the years, we've kind of gone in and out of different projects. Um, and so we were playing in a band called Tear Ducts. It's like an indie rock band, real soft, real chill. And then 2020 hit, and the band kind of stopped practicing as much, and it just became a little bit harder to get together. So me and Connor during that time were writing more and more together, and we released a song under Tear Ducts that had me singing in it, and we really enjoyed that. So we decided to maybe start our own band. And at the time, we were like, we'll just be sellouts, dude. We'll just play whatever we want. We'll make it like pop hits, whatever. And then that we just never like really took off from that. And then I started making like ads and stuff on like Reddit, like saying that like I'm looking for a drummer and whatever. And then that's actually how we found Zach. What's funny is that like the first time that we met, me and Connor, I had paid this girl to take some photos of us, and we were messaging Zach, and I was like, "Hey man, do you want to just like come out and come hang out with us, and maybe like we'll just get the photos done, and if it works out, great. If not, whatever." I was just trying to save myself $150. But it ended up working out great because Zach's been a great addition to the band.
We we love that for you guys. And I mean, you guys are in a really good spot to do it too. Nashville is Music City. And a lot of people don't know, it's not just country music city. There's all kind of musicians all over the place running around Nashville.
I say
So
that all the time. Like people don't know like how much music is actually there. There's so much underground.
there really is like the Viper Room that's over there beside one of those bars.
Is that near Bluebird or what
No.
used to be?
I'm not sure, but
Mm.
like there's so many places. Like there's little teeny stages in like bars and stuff all over Germantown. That's like over there near Top Golf at Cowan Street. Well, that's one of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, there's music all over the city of Nashville, all kinds of genres. There's plenty of little places that a lot of people don't know of. So, hopefully see you guys on the ballot there pretty soon.
It's very
Absolutely.
diverse.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I enjoy those small shows, the small stages, the smaller venues. I've seen better shows there than I have at like the Masquerade here in Atlanta.
I
Ugh.
just completely agree with you. Yeah, the smaller stages
Absolutely.
is much more enjoyable.
You guys are
Yeah,
more hungry. Y'all want it.
exactly. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
put more
true.
passion.
Yeah, it's more fun for the audience and to play for.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what do you guys have? Let's look at 12 months. What are your 3 goals?
Oh man,
Oh, yeah,
that's
right.
that's a good question. I'd say like we're working on recording our next song right now. We've probably got 7 or 8 songs ready to record. So in those, I don't know, probably an EP's in there somewhere. Um, Likely a few music videos, just because we enjoy doing the video aspect on the artistic side as well. And certainly a lot more shows. That's really what when we started the band, we didn't want to just be a studio band putting out songs, but we also, I guess, understand that when you go and play for folks at a show, they want to be able to listen to you later if they like you. So we want to get a little bit of a catalog out there, at least an EP, and then start kind of hitting some shows hard.
That's really smart. I mean, in this day and age, it's all a digital day and age. You guys have to have a little bit of something for somebody to hang on to because it's not like the old days of Warp.
Right.
It's not like the old Warp Tour days where you're going to be buying a CD while you're standing in line.
Hey, if it's signed, I will absolutely buy it.
Say less.
I mean, okay. So kind of sticking in line with that same question, I want you guys to brag to me about the best things going on in the past 30 days for you guys.
Uh, I guess like the best thing going on current like within the past 30 days would be uh the Someone Like Me release. Like we were actually getting, in my opinion, for like where we're at as a band and how we've never like really promoted ourselves, I feel like we're doing pretty well. Um, it's nice to know that people enjoy the songs that you're putting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd echo the same thing. It's been fun releasing that, making it as well as a video, and then seeing some of the reactions online. I mean, it's not crazy huge, but as Zach said, considering where we're at, we haven't played a true show yet. Word of mouth and some Instagram reels. We've got 5,000 plays on our last Instagram reel, so like we're doing fairly good for having minimal, reach as of now.
I mean, that's for how small you guys are. I mean, I feel like that's really, really good for, what you guys say, minimal for the moment. I mean, and I'm sure that you guys are getting reposts by the day as well, and that's helping too.
Yeah, we're actually getting pretty good traction. Nothing super crazy, but like enough to feel good about it when you wake up in the morning and look at those notifications.
Yeah, I'm sure because I mean, social media is God at this point, and it determines where you go.
Yeah, right.
Ain't that the truth? And then obviously, like doing shows like this, like you guys having us on is not only great exposure, but it's a lot of fun to do too. To talk about the music with folks who enjoy music. That's a fun aspect of it too.
Yeah, it is. It's always nice to talk to bands before they blow up and get all famous and stuff. And then they're like, okay, I'm too famous to talk to you now. So, no.
I mean, it took us by surprise, really, because I was like, I didn't expect that. Like, we're like really are a no-name band.
Well, those are the bands that we specialize in. I took a break, and this lovely young co-host sitting here with me cornered me in Ulta one day.
Lies.
Don't ask why I was in there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
You were in there with your wife, sir.
We all get dragged there sometimes.
And she's like, "Oh my God, you've got a podcast and you promote unsigned bands. Let's do this." And I was like, "Okay."
Bull crap. Listen to you know what? Listen to the first episode of Mosh Pit that I joined for season 5, and you'll hear all about what happened for real.
But either way, it kickstarted me back to finding these awesome unsigned bands that have very small following compared to how talented they are, and going, these guys need exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate that, and certainly appreciate your kind words there very much.
Did he just serve me?
I think he might have.
He did. He served me.
I mean, look, man, one of them called me ma'am when they jumped on, and I was just like, who am I, my mother?
Guys,
It's a part of living in Tennessee.
hey, Georgia, I get it. And honestly, if anything that you guys drop, post, plug, tag us in it, and we'll be happy to share it too.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alrighty, guys, are you about ready to wrap it up? Do you have anything else that you would like to put out there?
Be on the lookout for our next song. It's called "Living with Your Ghost." Hopefully, very very soon. We just finished up all the tracks and we're mixing.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening to us, and thanks for having us on the podcast. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Hey, before you guys run, here's a question I like to ask some bands, and I figured you guys would enjoy this one. What is your writing process when it comes to throwing down tracks, vocals, just lyrics in general? How do you guys come up with those?
It's
Well,
usually,
let me toot Zach's horn because
oh God.
he's the lyric. He comes up with 95% of the lyrics. In fact, I'd say 100% of the lyrics only because when we first recorded Someone Like Me, I couldn't quite hear what he was pronouncing, and I told him what I thought he said. And I think that one verse in particular, he liked what I said that I thought he said better, and he switched it. But Zach's a machine at writing what I would say are like pretty heartfelt and raw lyrics too. They're not just you know, I would say like floating at the top. They're pretty deep if you go through and actually listen to the words, and uh, they make you feel, and that's fun.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
I said it gave very sad boy, but in a good way. And that I feel
Yeah,
I'm assuming, Zach, is that what you were going for?
Oh yeah, like my entire like discography of like stuff that I listen to is just sad boy music. Like it's like one after the next.
Hey, look, I think it was episode 2, which drops by the time this comes out, it will have dropped. I talked about Robert Plant and how he couldn't write his own music, but somehow Josh, the front man from Greta Van Fleet, can, and he sounds just like Robert Plant. So kudos to you for writing your own music. That's
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's it's the only way that I could see how to do it. But like to answer your question though, like usually it's like I'll either have a song idea and then we'll like pitch it to Connor because Connor really is like the heart and soul of this band. Like he writes I mean, he pretty much writes the musical aspect of it almost entirely. Like we all chip in and like we pitch ideas back and forth, but or we'll just be at practice and we'll run through our set and then at the end of it, Connor will just be noodling on something and we'll be like, hey, what was that? I'll be like, oh, I don't know. I was just messing around. We're like, well, we really like that, so let's play with that.
Have
So,
you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, here, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you guys written anything that once you've got it down, you got the lyrics down, you've got it, and you're just like, I can't make this work. Would you ever sell that to another artist? Would you ever become like a songwriter on that?
Oh, I've never thought about that. I I don't know, like maybe
Yeah.
potentially, but probably not. Like usually we have had that happen before. I think it's more on my end usually because like I'll sit there and like really focus on the lyrics, just like get super absorbed by it. And if something doesn't fit quite right, I'll like there's a song that we have called Restart, and I'm still like in the process of trying to finish those lyrics up because it's just like bugs me when they don't fit quite right or whatever. But I think it's all on my end. The guys are usually pretty cool with
yeah.
whatever I end up doing.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
just
say, and I'm in the process of trying to convince him that the lyrics are good. So,
it's like that one meme of the skeleton sitting in the chair in front of the mixing board, and the graphic says it's almost perfect.
exactly,
It's
exactly.
never perfect. It's
And such is the life of an artist. It's never perfect. Like
gosh,
I released it. It was great, but wait. Let me fix that one thing. Too
right.
late.
Honestly, that
Hmm.
summarizes the process of recording Someone Like Me like
To a
insanely
T.
well.
Yep, yep.
Nice.
Like you go to hear it on the radio and you're like, that one thing that I could have fixed.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, I can hear the metronome through the headphones, through the microphone at that one spot, and I can on that song. So
Oh
try to find it.
Dude,
no.
that's awesome. Guys, thank y'all so much for sitting in on this. I've absolutely enjoyed picking your brain. Maybe we can catch up, say, be 6 months or so and see what's going on, see what's new.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Love
absolutely.
to.
We'd love that.
Cool.
We'll
Before,
pull Connor in
yeah,
on that one.
Yeah.
Definitely. And if you guys get to Atlanta, it's mandatory when you tour through Atlanta, you have to stop by the Mosh Pit Studios.
We'll give you guys
Oh,
t-shirt.
absolutely. Yeah, we'll put
Love
you
it.
guys on the guest list when we come through.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what, Wes? Nashville's only 4 hours away. Well, it's 3.5 if I'm driving.
Don't remind me. My girl's gonna be up there next week
You
without
know?
me, which sucks.
I mean,
But I'm
feel
going
like-
to Louisiana the week after, so
yeah.
fair is fair.
We'll get around to a show.
Definitely.
I woke up at 3 a.m. Short of breath, reaching for a cigarette. Burning my fractured state with a dying flame. I take this empty space over living with your ghost. The empty space here is better than your hands around mine. It's always a problem with you. There's only so much I can do. Too short-sighted to see you're your own worst enemy. It's always a problem